Hello everyone in Cyber World, welcome back to another video. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Richard, and this is our channel we call Poor Man's DIY.
This week's video is a very special coffee table that we made out of a slab of mango tree.
So to make the coffee table, we decided we wanted to go with a live edge look. We went to a local sawmill that we purchased from items before. When we got there, we were looking for either koa or something unusual again. And what they had available at this time was a slab from mango. Actually, they had quite a few slabs, but there was one in particular that caught our eye and we really liked it. Unfortunately though, the wood was extremely dry, so much so there were some portions of it that were very brittle, and I'd imagine if you tried hard enough you could snap it. I wasn't too keen on the idea, and he said, the sawmill person says, look, we work with this ourselves, and he showed us a picture of the type of things he did. What they did was they flood it with epoxy, and that fills in all the dryness and holds the whole thing together. I asked about some other questions about would this hold, because there were some cracks in there. Should I put some butterfly in there to hold the pieces together? And he says no, they don't do that at all. They just flood it with epoxy and it binds it together. And we figured, hey, we'll give this a try. So we got a big piece, and yes, it did take quite a bit of epoxy to fill it, but it was a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and show you how we did this.
But before we get started, please hit that like button or leave us a comment, which helps our channel grow. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button below.
And now let's get on with the build. So the slab was not perfectly level, so I had to use my tiny hand router and a planing bit to create a level surface.
After the first pour, we had to re-level the wood by sanding it down.
This involved 3 hours of sanding.
This is pour number 2, and we're hoping that it fills the wood.
Traditionally, when working with live edge, you remove the bark so that it doesn't peel off. However, we really like the look of the bark on a live edge piece. So we scraped off everything we could that was loose, and then we continued with the project. I used a wire brush attachment to really dig out anything that was loose.
Our next step is to cut out a slot for the table leg by using a router. Someone forgot to turn on the vacuum.
After the third pour, the wood appeared to be saturated with epoxy. Unfortunately, the epoxy was a mess and I had to plane it level once again. Now we're ready to add a skim layer.
It is very important to make sure everything is level. Everything looks good and we're ready to go. The skim coat should fill in the last of the holes, and it's looking good.
Before we pour the final very thick coat, referred to as the flood coat, we need to make sure that no bugs or dust can get onto the table. So we're going to use our paint tent to make a dust-free zone.
And now the final coat. To finish the project, we attach the table legs. This build was a difficult challenge, but it turned out utterly amazing.
Next week we have a very special project that's classified top secret and we can't tell you about it right now. So until then, bye-bye.